leader, even on the first lap. It's Louis Parker, the under 13 driver. Big smash in the middle of the track. And that is Louis Parker with his Schumacher in the lead of the B final. Past the driver's rostrum for the third time through the bus stop chicane. The black and red car already showing signs of grip rolling, but Louis had to control that and get it back. That was a brilliant piece of driving to get it back on tremendous pressure, because the orange and white car is coming. We could say start the Jaws music, because that guy is coming rapidly at the moment, car number 2. Joining in the battle is car number 4 for first, second and third position, currently led by the Schumacher pilot, the very young, gifted, talented Louis Parker. Mighty driver in touring cars on the tarmac circuits of the UK and in Europe as well, but he's not getting away from the attentions of Peter Craig, car number 2 in second position. It's still 5 minutes to go in this B final. 2 and 3 respectively, after the pole position man got into a tangle first up the corners into this B final. So Louis Parker with the orange and black car coming through the bus stop chicane, and car number 2 giving him very, very close attentions indeed, marking out a different agenda. So Peter Craig and Louis Parker pulling away from the rest of the pack, which is that car number 4, the white and purple coloured car coming towards race control. Very smart looking piece of machinery. The tail ender in front of the 2 race leaders. I say 2 race leaders to be respectful and fair. Good driving there, thank you very much. You don't have to do that again. You don't have to crack, but you did it again anyway. So nice one, car 8. So Louis Parker, is he going to crack under pressure? Is he going to go defensive? 4 minutes 11 seconds. Can he keep this up for that 4 minutes 11 seconds on this B final? Coming past race control, and still the car experiencing a bit of grip roll just in front of race control, and car number 2's feet a little bit more planted, so the driver's going to actually command that car to do what it wants. Will be a big, big mistake. There's the corner, and I think the grip is starting to sweeten up a little bit for Louis, but it's definitely a lot of pressure. If he can pull this one off, then you'll have to shake the boy's hand. He's a very young driver indeed, but you'd think he was a very experienced driver on the driver's rostrum. His driving, you can see, you would not believe that this sort of skill can come out of a young man standing in the middle of the driver's rostrum. With a very proud father looking on as well, keeping everything crossed. I say everything. It must be difficult from the spectator's point of view to keep yourself on with all that sort of discipline, and now start rolling a little bit of gap and getting into the rhythm. Car number 7, please be mindful that you have the first and second place cars coming down on you in the big final. Just over 3 minutes to go in this big final. And the Schumacher Grand Prix. How did he get into the apex? It's so sweet and clean. Car number 2 just gets together with a corner, gets out that corner very quickly indeed. There's nothing in the gap. And I don't want to look at the computer and take my eyes off this one. Again through the bus stop chicane, into the dogleg, getting even closer to car number 7 now. And just keeping that car where he needs to keep it in the lead of this B final. Thank you, car 7. Brilliant driving. So car number 2, Peter Craig, doing what he can to shake off the attentions of Louis Parker right in front of him. So as I said, let's see if we can get in without incident to the end of this one. Maybe it could be a last corner challenge from Peter Craig, who knows? That would be the last corner. 2 minutes and 18 seconds remain in this B final, and under tremendous pressure from the first of the corners when Louis took the lead after car number 1 was sort of caught up in the tail enders, or should I say the mid-grid. And that's put paid to his victory chances in this big final. And now Louis Parker with his Schumacher car just trying to get away as much as possible, but he doesn't have to overdrive it. The grip roll situation has sort of evened itself out now. The car's come back to the driver, now in full control of this B final as he rolls through the first couple of corners. So car number 3 in the lead from car number 2. They're getting so close to the apex. It's one sneeze that'll blink of the eye in the wrong time, and they're going to need marshalling assistance to get them back out onto the track. 1 minute and 34 seconds remain. Christmas is going to come early next year for Louis Parker. Hopefully he can keep this one on the track, but Peter Craig's got a different agenda in this big final. As he comes past the driver's rostrum one more time, he's got to keep it going for another 90 seconds or so to be safe. There's a car on the track there. Okay, track clear. Thank you very much for not driving into traffic there. Driver, I think that's car number 9, but it is all about the focus. I know you've got your own drivers in this, not trying to be too disrespectful, but this is where the pressure is. It goes a little bit deeper, a little bit wider. Car number 2 was a bit sweeter on that last lap. He's starting to carve his way through the corners a little bit sweeter, closer to the apexes, and Louis having none of this. 53 seconds now on the clock. It's like countdown to New Year's Eve. This is absolutely on the money. He's experiencing grip holding in, coming out of a tight right-hander right in front of race control. And going past race control is so in the zone here. This is absolutely ballistic and brilliant driving from these two. Not just one driver, but two drivers making it so sweet. Nothing in this as we come down to the last 30 seconds whatsoever. You wouldn't want to put your mortgage on the outcome of this one. Louis Parker just a little bit of an advantage. Number 5, I think it's number 5 or number 5. You've got the race leader coming up behind you, and then you'll have the second place man on your boot lid as well. So you can do the honours, boys. That will be very good of you. Number 5 moves way up the move. That's number 2 in. Right, 7 seconds. Last lap, ladies and gentlemen. Tremendous pressure driving here for Louis Parker. Is he going to get it? It's to the line now. I'm sure you're going to give him a big round of applause as he goes over the line. Oh,